little bit unconventional to be meeting up during the regular season. We're die-hard competitors, but I suppose it's necessary.
Yeah, you got that one right. Especially since we both got games tomorrow. And I've got a flight to Philly in about an hour, so let's go ahead and try to get this taken care of.
Yeah, just curious though. I have a game in Brooklyn tomorrow, so nobody's wondering why I'm here. What reason did you give your team for flying out to New York on such short notice?
That I'm Bill Russell? They didn't need any explanation.
That's fair enough. So who do you see out there so far as potential suitors for our cause?
Well, so far, KG and I have been doing a great job of making sure Sully comes along as a big man in this league. He has some serious potential for the future, and normally when there's a guy me or KG can't handle, he's a third wave of energy to tire the man out. But, of course, I've been looking elsewhere for talent as well. It's only because I'm not 100% sure he's star talent just yet. The kid Randall, he's got just a beautiful motor, and he's fitting into whatever the Lakers need him to do.
He really does though, doesn't he? I trained with him this summer a little bit, and he's got some serious potential when he gets some more touches. Don't quite think he's ever going to figure out the sky hook, but he's got some tricks up his sleeve. I made sure of that.
Did he ask you anything, or did you tell him about our situation?
Well, he asked why I came back this year, and I kind of told him without telling him that it's for them and their future, but I didn't get too deep into the whole Brotherhood thing. There's a time and place for everything, and he just doesn't need that pressure yet. I just gave him some BS about being scared of the medicine and yada yada.
Right. I understand. By the way, I'd like to think I got that skyhook down to a T.
I still do it better.
Touche, big man, touche. Who's on your radar?
Well, of course I've got my own mentee in Jabari. He's just such a great, talented kid, you know. He's got a work ethic that matches just about anyone. He just hasn't adapted to the game with the level of talent present in the league. I was sorely hoping that he'd have a breakout game against New York last night, but he folded under the pressure. I'll keep working with him though. He'll be ready next time. But one of my favorites so far is this kid Joel Embiid. He hasn't had so many opportunities yet on offense playing with Clyde, the Doctor, and D. Will, but he's rebounding and playing defense with the best of them. He has some serious potential, and I'm going to make sure I get together with him this summer. But we've got to be sure to tell Hakeem to give him everything he's got when they play. If he comes correct on defense against him, then I think that'll be the true test that says he's ready for what we have in store.
Oh, I'm not sure anybody's going to be able to take Hakeem. I could barely guard him in our matchup. That's one of the times we had to bring out Sully to tire him out. We'll just have to see how Embiid responds, but that's a tough man to guard. And how about this kid, Andrew Wiggins?
My, this kid just might be our crown jewel. He's very raw right now, but he's got the perfect mix of athleticism, length, and will to be a superstar one day.
That's what happens when you got Sam Jones on your team.
I guess you would know.
Oh, I do know. That's why I made sure to call him first for the Brotherhood. At one point, we won a total of 8 consecutive NBA championships together, and 6 times during that run, we asked Sam to take the shot that meant the season. If he didn't hit the shot, we were finished. We were going home empty-handed. He never missed. Not once. Aside from KG, Sam is the hardest working player I've ever played with. Started out averaging only around 4 points with us, and went all the way up to 25. He would do whatever you asked him to. And he had this insane will to get better. So when I look at Wiggins this year and how he's already improving like this, I just know it's a direct result of the same influence in him. It's a beautiful thing to watch.
It really is a nice thing to watch. Just check this out. He's third in scoring amongst us quote-unquote rookies. Only T-Mac and I rank higher. That's scary. Can you imagine where he's going to be in 5 years?
That's encouraging for us more than scary. He's exactly what we need. But make sure when you're done in Brooklyn tomorrow, you check out this kid's game against the Knicks. He's been great thus far, but let's see if he folds under the pressure against New York. If he does well against them, we might need to let him in on everything.
I truly don't think that's a great idea if any of them know this early. It's a lot of pressure for a rookie to take on when they're already trying to get accustomed to dealing with such great talent every night. But anyways, I had my agent contact the graphic designer based in New York to design our logo. What do you think about it? We got your number put at the top since you're the founding father.
Oh, all 4 of us are the founding fathers, but I like it. It captures our purpose beautifully.
That it does. We'll check up again soon. Take care of yourself.
Likewise.
New faces all over the floor. Never played against Kevin Mchale, Andrew Wiggins. Haven't played Parish and Sam Jones in over a year. So this is going to be a really good matchup right here. If I'm not mistaken, I believe this is my first West team that I played during the series. I don't know. It's been a little bit while since I've made some of these. Here goes Mark Price. I'm just going to assume, just like how the power goes, that the West is a tougher conference. But I don't think I've played any West teams in the series so far. So this is my first crack at it. Let's go ahead and run a play for Kobe. See what kind of defense Sam Jones has. Oh, yeah, that was easy. That was easy. A simple jab step is all it took. I might struggle with the length of this team down low. You know, Robert Parish and Kevin Mchale, obviously one of the best front lines. And Andrew Wiggins busting me in the head for 3. He's already off to a better start than Parker was. We're going to have to get a bailout shot here. Here we go. I got a smaller defender. Oh, no. I didn't mean to turn around, but he still made it. That was a terrible shot, and it still went in. I've definitely got a height advantage at the point guard position today. Uh-oh, there we go. We're running. We're running, and okay, they closed out good. Look at that pass. Court vision to the max. Like what I'm seeing so far from these Timberwolves. They're a good challenge. Here goes Wiggins, taking it straight at LeBron. Count it and the foul. That's already 5 points for Wiggins. I'm always excited when I get to go up against rookies in this league. No way, I was about to say, there we go. There we go. There's the length I was talking about. Mark Price at the handles. Wiggins down to Mchale. Yep, I already lost this battle. Even if I try to... that was a good contest, and it still went in. Andrew Wiggins, how about it? I don't think Jabari Parker scored until like... Oh, come on, 2K. I don't think Parker scored until like the third quarter of last game. Uh-oh, here we go. Here we go. Making up for it. There we go, Manimal. If anything, I think this Wolves team is going to be exposing the same problem I had last year as far as big men. There we go. That was terrible. That was my fault on the analog. 13-18. This team is clearly tougher than the Bucks. Oh, here we go. Jab step. Look at the space he's giving me. I'm just trying to see if he's going to step up. Nope. Okay. If they're not going to step up, I'm just going to take the 3 points. I got to shoot that. I already have a size advantage. Bad shot. I don't think we've grabbed a rebound yet. Nobody's down there messing with Parish. Here goes Wiggins. Give me that. Oh, Sam Jones. Right place, right time. The liability has checked in. Almost turned over the ball. Here goes Smith. Wide open in the corner for 3. He's been my most reliable 3-point shooter off the bench. Minnie is almost up by 10, forcing me to play Kobe with my bench. Oh, look at this guy. This guy defending me is from the Euro League, which basically means he's shit out of luck when he's guarding Kobe. 7 seconds on the clock. Let's see if we can get a shot to cut the lead. Oh, yeah. Look at that cross. Count it. I wanted to say and the foul. I thought they were going to call that one. No love. God damn. Here we go. Chase down block. Turned over the ball. Gotta chase him down. Gotta chase him down. We are struggling with these big men. I don't know how to guard Kevin because I've never played him. We're down by 10. We're facing probably the first adversity of the season. Here's LeBron. Oh, yeah. Gotta catch that. Damn near jumped over Robert Parish. This is our only opportunity to score, it seems like. We gotta run in the break. Ooh, I had Spud Webb right there. All right, I'll take an open 3 instead. LeBron is looking at 40 tonight. He's keeping us in it. I got a mismatch because LeBron's playing a power forward. I'm going to take this one all the way to the rim. Kevin Mchale, you can't stay with me. Oh, that was a little bit unrealistic, but it's points, so I don't care. 35-40. We managed to cut into the lead. Ricky Rubio missing a wide open layup. I guess those ankle injuries are lingering over to the video game. The ones that he has in real life. That was terrible. We've managed to put something of a comeback here because we're running every time. Oh, yeah. Look to my right. Look to my right. Look at the back. Oh, I was about to say Spud Webb. The liability finally came through. My blood is flowing for this matchup. I haven't had a matchup this good since the Nets. Here goes Mark Price. Good court vision. Mark Price, he's averaging one of the most assists for rookies in this league. good strip by Kenneth. Somehow their players, there we go, another strip. Their players always get the loose ball. Oh, look at the block from Kevin Durant. Oh, that was dirty. We got to get physical with this team. That's the only way we're going to win. There we go. Uh-oh. ESPN top 10. Gerald Green with the windmill. That's what we need to get to the momentum going up. Look at that. Oh. Another steal. These Wolves cannot get the ball up court. Oh, was that Robert Parish? Did I just... Okay, that was Thaddeus Young. I thought I just got Robert Parish on the poster. Gerald Green has been doing magic off the bench. I'm pressuring the ball every time up the court. Okay, if I would have thrown that pass, I think we can all agree that would have been a steal. That is such BS. We just can't get any closer than about 4 or 5 points. Oh, come here, Rubio. Come here. Okay, normally that reverse pisses me off. That's one of the things I complained about, but it worked that time. We finally got it to within 2. Here. Oh, look at the swap by LeBron. LeBron just blocked that in midair. Here we go, floating it. And I got it to go. That was luck. This is a good match. Oh, I got a mismatch right here. KD on Mchale. Come here, Mchale. Reach for it. Reach for it. Oh, there we go. Another big... Ah, that's all right. LeBron cleaned it up. I did the same thing to Kareem Abdul-Jabar last game. Looks like we might finally have gotten ourselves within striking distance. That should have been a steal. That should have been a steal. If there's one thing I can give this Wolves team credit for is that they hustle a lot harder than New York. They're getting a lot of the loose balls, and finally I hit a 3. I've been having a terrible night from back there. They're passing out the Price. Oh, yeah, he didn't want to shoot it after getting blocked by LeBron that one time. LeBron caught him in midair, and he just caught me talking. That was my bad. I would love to see this Wolves team in the playoffs this year. I hope they make it. The West is so tough. The liability coming up with the steal. Here we go. There we go. You got to move the ball as quickly as down the court as possible. Pressure in the ball. The EuroLeague guy is in. The liability is guarding Mark Price. No, that was my fault. Ah, goaltending. I thought I glassed it. Andrew Wiggins has been playing so much better than Parker. I'm not sure if I made their stats that much different with the Dirk. I just robbed Dirk Nowitzki shot right there. I like that. Whatever we do, we score. Oh, look at the EuroLeague guy. He can't stay with KD. Blowing right by him. Euro step inside. Beautiful move by Kevin Durant. He's been having a really tough night. That should get him going. Rubio is sagging off as usual. He has no oh yeah, you can't sag off of him. This EuroLeague dude is getting killed out here. Get him off the court. 71-73. We just can't get that one stop. Oh, this is a problem. That's a problem. I was looking at the other side when I said that. I was talking about J.R. Smith being on 4-point deficit as usual. We just can't close that gap. Here's J.R. Smith. Again from the 3-point line. J.R. Smith. Trying to get past Rubio. Parish had his back. That was really good help defense because he knew there was no way Rubio could stay with LeBron. Oh my, look at that pass to Sam Jones. You have Rubio as a 6-man. I just realized that. He's playing behind Mark Price. Yeah, Mark Price is a lot better of a point guard, and my finger slipped off the analog yet again. We're in the 4th quarter now. We got to stop him. Here goes Parish. They haven't gone to this a lot yet. I was wondering why they haven't gone to that yet. He has a clear height advantage there. I got greedy on the square button. Totally my fault right there. Tried to intercept the pass instead of just playing defense. I'm starting to get pissed because we just can't close the gap. We got to take it all the way. Kobe into Jones. Count it. And the foul. Oh, he's hyped. There we go. 4th quarter. This is when he comes out. Mark Price trying. Oh, are they going to run a pick? Yep. Pick and roll. Kevin Mchale. Ha. Oh, you can't tell me that wasn't a block. We might not be able to beat this team. We just can't get stopped. Here goes Kobe. There we go. He's heating up. I was trying to get him to step behind the 3-point line right there so we could close in on this gap. The only way I can beat this team is to outshoot them because we clearly can't guard them. Every one of their starters has it going right now. That simple pick and roll. Here goes Wiggins. Get up on him, Kevin Durant. Oh, my God. Put Kobe in the post. Sam Jones trying to be physical with him. Here we go. I got a red ring under him. Create some space. Step back shot. I haven't been able to use that move as well as I could in NBA 2K14 because shooting in this game is so much harder. The step back used to always go in. You go back and watch season 1, but I barely use it now because, oh, look at that space. I can't tell if they want to shoot or get it to Parish. He got me with the pump fake, and this guy is unstoppable. Robert Parish. Kobe missing a wide open 3. Quality was a B. Here goes Sam Jones. I'm getting... I had no choice there. He was either going to pass it or lay it in. We're almost down by 10 now. I'm not going to lie. Coming into this game, I totally underestimated the power of the Timberwolves. I should have known because it's basically a bunch of ex-Celtics on this team. You have the best front line in the game. I'm taking it all the way. Foul me. I wanted him to foul me so bad right there. We need 3-point plays. Kevin Durant has double red rings of death under him now. Oh, there we go. No, you can't come off him. Here's the comeback. You can't double team. I wish the AI was just a little bit smarter because you can't double team New York. I got LeBron, Kobe, and Kevin on the floor. They might miss sometimes, but they're not going to miss open shots. Here goes Price, passing it off. Parish got me again 2 times with the same move. Get me off the analogs. Oh, wow. Luck. That's all I can say about that one. That was just luck. Robert Parish missing a wide open layup. Oh, here we go. Kevin Durant. Oh, he was fading. I hate when they do that. They have an open shot and they start fading to the right. I was trying to get him to set his feet for a 3, but he started fading. I could have really used a 3-pointer right there. He goes Mark, but we got to get a stop now. If they score one more time, this game is probably over. Yeah, this is probably over. This is probably over. We basically don't have any chance right now, but I'm still trying. Oh, yeah, because they keep double teaming. So I'm going to keep shooting. Oh, fall in, yes. It fell in. Luck of the bounce. LeBron James has 20 points tonight, shooting 50% from the 3-point line. Why is he a more reliable 3-point shooter? Oh, yes, I was going to say than Kevin Durant, but I got to steal. Sam Jones, good transition D. I got to make a good decision here. This could mean the difference between winning and losing. LeBron has been the hot hand. Here we go. I'm in the corner, and I turn it over. The pick and roll play on 2K, when you go in the menu, it should just say automatic turnover. Oh, but he missed a wide open layup again. 2K wants me to win this game. I know they do. Here's LeBron. Oh, Mark Price closed out. Got to get the screen, but that roll, I'm not going to do that again. All right, Kobe. Damn. Oh, Dawkins got the rebound. Here we go. We're running out of chances. You're open, Kobe. You can't miss that one. Yet another wide open miss 3. Kobe Bryant had a chance to cut the lead in half, and I don't think I'm going to stop this team 2 times. Wiggins to Price. I'm desperate now. They're holding. Wiggins with the screen. There goes Sam Jones, and good night, New York. So if this was my first West team, I think we can see the difference of power between them and every other team so far. We've played teams like the Cavs and the Hornets. They've had good rosters, but none as good as these guys right here. And I can't even be mad about this loss. Look how happy my Mark Price is. I can't be happy about this or mad about this loss because I had my chances. I had open shots. I forced some misses, forced some turnovers. I can't be mad about that one. I just didn't come through.
Year by year, the story seems to remain the same for each NBA team. In the beginning, the players attempt to come together as brothers to achieve a common goal. Rarely is that goal ever reached without some form of adversity, no matter how light it may be. But in the end, the team most able to deal with that adversity is the one that reaches the mountaintop, and then the process starts all over again. This, however, is not that story, because it's not truth that sends your past come back to haunt you. What is the Brotherhood? Why are they here? What do they stand for? Eastern Conference Finals 2016, Game 4. Kevin Durant has just poured in a 52-point game, nearly matching the 60-point game he had in the first round against the Nets. Being that the Celtics are now in a 3-1 hole with no signs of the Knicks slowing down, the stoic Bill Russell begins to take notice of a daunting revelation. For starters, he realizes that the series more or less is already over. Of course, he won't say anything to anybody about it because he's supposed to be the leader and the wisest one on the team, but it was only logical. The Knicks had already been so unstoppable and powerful in the regular season with Kevin Durant coasting, averaging only about 16 to 19 points. How was anyone supposed to match the Knicks with him playing like his old self, finally fitting in with the Knicks? Noticing that this team was only going to grow more and more powerful with time, Bill decided to make calls to players he most identified with. Each of these players had the same immense amount of pride as Bill, but this one situation where resting on what they had done in the past just wasn't going to cut it. These players included Kareem, Sam Jones, and Bill's friend for eternity, Wilt Chamberlain. He made it clear to them that the league was in need of some sort of response to the power that had been awakened by the unity of the Three Kings of New York. Bill realized two things. One, he knew that regardless of what the medicine did to get players back into the NBA, this wasn't going to last forever. At some point in time, they would have to move on, and this stint was the one opportunity left for players to add whatever their legacy was missing. And the simple fact was, nobody rejoined this league to get kicked around by a potential dynasty for the majority or all of their stay. Next, he also realized something about the legacy he had once built, and the legacy of the players from his time. First, his record of 11 championship rings was no longer untouchable as it was always thought to be, being that if Kobe Bryant hypothetically were to play 9 more seasons and win maybe 5 more rings, he'd break the record. But even further beyond that, he never quite appreciated how his generation was disrespected by players and fans alike. When LeBron named his Mount Rushmore, neither Russell nor Kareem made his list, and James stated that he would be on that mountain by the end of his career, replacing one of the people already there. This was the sin that would come back to haunt him and his team. Being on the brink of losing a playoff series to him, Bill realized that with enough success in New York, people would eventually begin to fully write his generation off, thinking that maybe the allegations of his legacy taking place in a league with no competition was correct. For that reason, Russell decided to organize what was dubbed as the Brotherhood of Legends, naturally making him the founding father. But Kareem, Sam Jones, and Wilt Chamberlain also got that title, being that they were the other 3 players who agreed to endorse its ideas and values. These were also 4 players who a majority of people who weren't from their time knew very little about. They may have known that they were great players or that they were winners, but nobody knew just how great. Sam Jones was perhaps the most fitting for this description out of the 4. 10 championships in 11 seasons, and he was an enormous part of the early Boston Celtic dynasty. Yet, absolutely nobody ever talked about him, not even in Boston. It's one thing to be forgotten by the NBA, but it's an entirely different thing to be forgotten by the city whose legacy you helped construct. He never even got an invite back to Boston. This, combined with the fact that he had to play a year in Minnesota with no help after Walt Frazier and Kevin Love were traded, made him bitter, making him a prime candidate for what this group stood for. The Brotherhood existed with a very simple goal: to put an end to New York's dynasty before it ever began. Although they were all competitors of the highest level, they found it necessary to work together to accomplish this one feat, simply because there was strength in numbers, especially when the basketball minds being put together were as great as these 4. In a sense, they could recreate basketball in their vision, asserting their greatness in a time where they could finally be front and center for the entire world to see. The way they saw it, there were 2 scenarios. In Scenario A, either one of their teams or some other talented group would outdo New York, and the hope was that it would be a loss frustrating enough to send them on their separate ways. The only problem with this was that it had already failed the year before. The Big 3 in Los Angeles were deemed the best combination of 3 players that could have possibly been made aside from the ones already in New York, and simply didn't get any better than that. So this scenario was merely a hope and a dream. It was likely never going to be that easy, so the more realistic scenario was B, where the Brotherhood of Legends basically raised an army. These legends would work intensely with the freshest, youngest talent of today, instilling a legendary work ethic into them and teaching them basketball in a way that would make them unstoppable for the future. This way, if the Brotherhood and the other teams were to fail in beating New York, the next wave of players would be able to overwhelm them and be heirs to the throne of greatness. And these young players would either continue to play alongside them, or they'd group up amongst themselves. The Brotherhood would be credited with creating a new breed of players, essentially being looked at as the fathers of the new generation of basketball. And this time, there would be no such thing as having their greatness confined to the print on a newspaper that only people in their vicinity would read. And so, a new breed of adversity was brewing for New York. The 3 Kings had had their time in the spotlight, settling their score with Michael Jordan and the Lakers. But little did they know what their game against Andrew Wiggins really meant. It was part of a much larger picture. the signaling that things were about to escalate far past an epic game of 3-on-3. No, this was much bigger. It was a situation that transcended generations, and would make their squabble with the Los Angeles Lakers look like child's play. Although each of these players had an immense amount of pride, and most of them at one time or another had declared that they would have made a mockery of today's modern players, they would now be leaning on each other as reality had begun to set in that maybe, just maybe, their mortality was beginning to show. And with that, a new foe was already hot on New York's trails, plotting against them, diagramming their every move, constructing new ways to impede their success, and they had absolutely no way of knowing. Not yet.